Hello. So I got a little time here. I wanted to review the fourth and final Cyberfrog action figure, the Vyzpzz figure. So I included a link to the descriptions in the description to the playlist for the other three Cyberfrog figures. And if I have time afterwards, what I'd like to do is I'd like to bring out the old ones and try recreating some poses from some of the artwork with the figures and see how they do it. If I don't have time in that one, on this stream, I might do that in the later one. Okay, so here's the biggest of the figures, the Vyzpzz, at least definitely in the packaging. And it's, as you can see, it's pretty much I think it's a killer hornet to be exact. You got some of the artwork up here, and like with all the other figures, it's packaged in a way that's great for display if you like to display your figures in packaging. It's not, a lot of toys they'll have. I've had like the wings come detached and underneath him, and they have to put them on and have the legs all folded up. But he's in a great pose already if you want to display your figure in package. And on the back, we got some more artwork up here, and we got the variant, which I might get just to I'll have to see how much I can give them for. And then there's the group picture. I kind of like to. I'd like to have one for work and one for home, or I might just wait for a later wave and try to get another bad guy to display at work. And then there's instructions for how to apply the water slide decals. So like in the fiction, you see the different Vyzpzz would have different like insignias on their forehead, just like this. And so there's a set of water slide decals you can include here. If you wanted, you could buy 6 of these and do one of each. I do not like water slide decals. I've not had success with them. Maybe I'll try these ones since I got 6 options. But yeah. Well, we'll see. I was trying. My son years ago got an Optimus Prime model kit with water slide decals, and I was like butchering them. They like break on me so easily. Fortunately, he was a lot better at putting them on than I was. I was afraid it's like ruining the figure for him. But so the Vyzpzz does not have nearly as many accessories as doesn't just the stand pretty much. So in the water slide decals are packaged here between this paper with the name on it. This technically is the Vyzpzz Soldier. The variant is the Forger. Yeah, Vyzpzz Forger. Yep, it says Murder Hornet on here. And on here too. So I'll take these out. They're taped on here. And I won't. Well, maybe I can open them a little bit now. But these are what they look like if they show up on there. There you go. We got the 6 different insignias. I don't know if they're exactly from the comic. It might be. It would be kind of neat if and it'd be a good marketing on Ethan's part if each one of these was a specific individual character in the show. So yeah, it comes with a protective film on top. So now you can see them much better. There you go. And maybe I'll try one. Should put one on later on. But probably not on stream. I don't want to be dealing with water and cutting them out. And I've got such a small area to work with. I'll put this back for now. And it's really impressive that Ethan made this toy even as early as, especially as early as the first wave, just having a non-humanoid figure, it's quite an undertaking. No, it is. I don't know, if, like a sculptor, it's based on a regular animal, so maybe that helped out. But yeah, I'm just, it's really ambitious on Ethan's part. I'm glad I did it. It's held in with a twist tie, which like Hasbro's has gotten rid of their twist ties, a whole like a save on doing use less plastic. I miss them. I used to use them a lot for like just holding things together and for like some custom work. So I'll just pull out the one end and pull out Vyzpzz figure. I don't know how big a murder hornet is. This might be to actual scale with the murder hornet because I heard they're pretty big. And then his stand. So there's a bubble underneath here, which is nice for this, like to help keep the Vyzpzz up there. And then the base for his stand, and the stand itself is located on the side there. And it just goes right out that way. Get the packaging out of the way for now. Slide the stand out. And this appears to be the same base as the other Cyberfrog figures came with. So they'd be all interchangeable. I'll just plug this one in here for now. Now, of course, this one is bigger than the other ones. So we've got the bigger figure here. I'll have to look. There's not a picture of how it's used with the stand, so I'll just have to see what fits. So now let's look at the actual good shot of the Vyzpzz here. His underside, of course, he's got like the 6 legs. Big. I used to know all these parts of like is this like the thorax? I used to really be into like reading about different animals and stuff, and the body parts. I used to know all that back when I was a kid. We got a stinger, which is that is really sharp, and this is actually a more solid plastic than like Cyberfrog's spikes. So this, it does not have much give. So be careful with that. I don't know if these had to pass like child toy safety standards. I don't think so, but and then you got his wings. So yeah, let's check out the articulation. Here, I'll get close up of his face. These aren't articulated, but they're softer rubber. His mandibles and whatever those would be called. Oh, this is cool. The antennae are on like ball joints. I think they're ball. They look like ball joints, but I don't want to twist them too much and risk them breaking. It's kind of the plastic feels about the same as the stinger, but you can move them up and down and back and forth, and they do stay in place pretty well. His head doesn't. It looks like there should be a joint in there. Let me see if I don't want to break it. Oh, it's a tight one, so you can turn it back and forth like that, and then you can move it up and down like so. So it does have head articulation. This is as high up as you can go. The wings, they can move up this far, and they can move down parallel with the surface, with whatever surface area you'd be standing on. They don't move back and forth at all, just up and down, which is probably accurate to a murder hornet and most insects. Now the legs, it looks like at the base, we got 6, like it's on a ball joint. There. So be careful. But yeah, you can't technically move it, but let me try the other one. It feels like tight in there, but then when I try like moving them around, it does loosen up some. But really, they only twist back and well, these middle ones can move in and out a little bit, but not much. The back ones either. It's mainly just for turning a little bit, like they get in the way of the other legs. This front one keeps popping out now. You can turn them that much, which would probably be if you want to like have him say attacking Cyberfrog. All the legs have two more joints, at the middle of the legs that move about. Well, this one moves quite a bit. Yeah, I just want to be careful. They can move actually quite a bit. You just have, I think, you have to like get past the original stiffness first, and then there's a joint like I shouldn't have said at the middle, but there was the first joint, and then there's the joint where it turns yellow. And I want to be careful. The plastic feels nice and sturdy, like the rest of the figures, but they are, you can see they're thinner limbs, so I don't want to. I want to be careful with it. The yellow joints don't move very much at all. The middle of the black parts, those joints move a lot more. Okay, so we got like this midsection. I might have to put some, I don't know if I put some floor polish on that, tighten that up. But it might just be a matter of having to, if I'm able to pop it in as far as it's supposed to go. Okay. So this section here, it looks like it could be a joint, but it's not. If it is, it's really tight, and this looks like something that could break, so I want to be careful there. Looks like this part here it looks like a joint here. Yep, there. Oh yeah, so if you want, you can get him in a stinging attack pose. You probably bring the legs in more. Yeah. So you got that articulation there. The rest of this appears to be one solid piece. Yeah, it's a really nice figure. You just got to be careful with, at least for me, that one leg. But otherwise, let's see how well he can. Yeah, he can stand really well. This on his back four legs. Well, so you could have him perhaps. I don't know if I can turn these. You can't really. It'd be kind of neat if you could have him turn these more so you can use them as hands, but it's that's about what we got. I don't know if like a murder hornet, how far ahead they can move their legs, whether they could do that in real life or not. And then let's try out the stand quick. So yeah, without the accessories, this one's a much quicker review. Only about 15 minutes. He's pretty. He's got a lot of heft to him, so I'm not sure where. Like it doesn't have any spot that's like exactly for that, but yeah, it works really well just like this. So you got him sitting in there, and now you can have him in his flight pose. And guys, if anyone has any questions, like if you watch this later on, you can them in the comments, and I can try answering them. But yeah, he looks like a really good figure. And since I do have more time, I think I will try to just go through some artwork I can find online and see how well these pose. I once saw it with in a Toy for Magazine years ago when the first Spider-Man movie came out. There was of course, they had their 6-inch line, which was where I have found like they had the first super articulated figure. Like current modern day articulation was that I got was like the Spider-Man and Green Goblin from the first movie. And then and that's what got me into Marvel Legends, just how articulated it was. But then they had a bigger one that might have been like 10 inches to a foot tall, which is even more articulated, including like each individual knuckle was articulated. Check my battery, make sure I'm plugged in. Okay, yep. And so Toy for Magazine, they had like a little article where they took that figure and they took a whole bunch of pictures of Spider-Man, like from famous artwork from the comics, and tried putting the figure in the same pose to see how well it can match. And most of them it got. There's some that it didn't have that much articulation, but most of them it was able to pull off. So I just want to kind of get an idea for this. And I'll start with the package artwork. So like this shot here is pretty much, so this is kind of what I did earlier already. It's just his legs moved up in the front, or at least what I was trying to do. So if I turn them up like this, and of course this could be using the stand. Then I'll have to try this, and then I want to do this with like some other figures. So he's kind of got the front ones, and then they cross. Yeah, on the packaging here, like he's crossing the front legs. This figure won't be able to do that. It's because maybe if there was like another joint, kind of like a bicep curl, but like for these legs, you could twist them and cross them apart across each other. You know, that's something not to. This is just for informational purposes. It's not to detract from the toys. Like these are really articulated, but it's just to give you an idea. And that's why I like a lot of. There's also toys of like pretty much just statues, and like the early Spawn figures were primarily just statues and not articulated at all. And some people like that because they were in the more dynamic poses that you couldn't get with articulated figures. Let's see. Then the other pose on this artwork is him like in the attack mode. And this one looks, this Vyzpzz looks more sleek. Like I think this part is longer. And it's a different color scheme. Yeah, this one, this looks like it matches the Forger color scheme. Well, he's got the red eyes like the soldier. Oops. Let's pull Soundwave Shane Davis incident there. But his the design on here matches that of the Forger one, where we've got the yellow twists in there. So let's try that. Try this. So let's see how close we can get. You won't need to put the base in front here as a counterweight. So you can put let's see, yeah. Now you don't have as much clearance, but in this picture, it doesn't look like it's raised a little bit. So we'll just raise it up. So kind of just to give it some more room. Then bring the head down. And so you can't, unlike in this one, he twists the head to the side. So can't do a little bit with him, with the figure. And the legs in this one, also, these legs are all yellow, whereas neither of the toys are like that. But so maybe another repeat come along. And in this one, the mandibles are like intersecting, which it would have been kind of nice, some added mandible articulation there, but they're just stationary. And this figure, it's got kind of like the bend, like in this area where this one doesn't. We've had like another segment joint up here. But of course, this is this is the second. Okay, just had a quick phone call, but yeah, I think that. Sorry about that. I have a touch screen and I accidentally touched the back. So my timer's still going. It looks like everything's okay. But yeah, I'll just stop there for that's the Vyzpzz review. I'm going to package him back up now, and I'll just like at least some all the way. And then I want to try some poses with the Cyberfrog figures. Just get a better idea of the articulation, so kind of like wrap them around and further review of the Cyberfrog. Yeah, in this packaging, let me pull them out quick. Well, first, let's. I forgot to get a tape measure, but honestly, the package says he's like 6 feet tall and 11 feet long. Let's do some comparison shots quick now with Cyberfrog. Oops. Sorry about that. I did that again. I gotta make sure I'm still getting my audio. Oh no, I think there's something wrong with there, with where I touched the screen. So, I see someone else had done an unboxing 3 months ago. Guess I'm late to the party, but I got this out as soon as I got the figure. So I did the best I could. And so Cyberfrog, he's like 5 foot, 5.5 feet tall. Yeah, 5'6". So here, get a shot of them together. Let's see if I can get my keyboard out of the way without. Resetting my stream by accident again. So here you see him next to Vyzpzz. So the Vyzpzz looks like it's a little under scale. He's 6 feet tall. Well, actually, the 6 feet might be based on if the legs are fully extended. In which case, if they were, yeah, in that case, he'd be probably, it's probably about right. Then the 11 feet, so he'd have to be about twice as long as Cyberfrog. So even given the bend there, it doesn't look like he is. But based on the comics, they do look in scale based on some comic book art. And let me see if I can find some quick. Just bring up to share on screen here. Mouse is being stuck here. You know, there is this shot. Let me share my screen quick. There's this shot here of him holding a head. And that head looks like a lot bigger. Like this head, let me pull this one out quick. And this is what, this head is from the 90s Cyberfrog figure. Which actually, now that I think about it, doesn't make sense canonically because the Vyzpzz didn't show up till modern day Cyberfrog. And so, but it can work with the modern day Cyberfrog toy. They're interchangeable. But really, this accessory should be a one for the modern figure. Let me actually see if I can change the size of it. I want to make that, in this case, yeah, I think I have to. Let me try resizing this quick. Oh, I can't move it, but or I can move it on my screen, but it just shows up the same as on there. So I'm learning some StreamYard stuff now, so that's good. But just have to work with it. Okay, yeah. So this actually looks right compared to. Well, even this head looks small compared to the artwork on screen here. I think I have some insect flying around by my legs. On here, his head looks like it's bigger than. Let me see if I can. Yeah, his head looks a lot. Might be a perspective, but I think the head looks a lot bigger on the on this artwork. Let me try doing the full shot, and I can try. Create a new tab. So let me just change it to share screen. Share the entire screen. How this? Well, no, I'll just share that tab because otherwise, I think if it wouldn't fit very well on with my camera shot here. So yeah, well, I got this up. I will try to copy this pose. So he's holding. His head can't turn that far to the side. Now I'm holding him. You're seeing his back, but I'm trying to like hold him so I can still have him on screen and see next to the picture. The head is held up, kind of the wrist, because the wrist would bend down like this in the picture, and that's something that like this figure can't do. And I I've never had a toy that could do. I might have had one. I can't remember which one though. Of course, you got the rotation, and you got this movement, but not this movement. I haven't had a toy that I can remember that has like the back and forth wrist movement. So that's something you can't do on there. But this is pretty close, like that. And then he's like, his legs, his foot kind of twists in both of his feet. It's kind of like a. Well, if I have to like tighten the joints on the ankles. Well, there we go. Pretty close. You know what would be a cool accessory is the Ethan's got the lights around his legs and his arms. If you could make an accessory where it's like clear plastic with like this, like say glow in the dark or neon stickers around, they could slide onto his arms and legs. That would be pretty cool. I think that'd be a pretty cool accessory. And so anyway, back to the scaling. I'm a Transformers fan, so I usually don't worry about. We're not supposed to worry about scaling as much, but and then some action figures, it's the same deal. But I still like it. I still prefer. I'm still kind of a scaling stickler. This head, which is probably better scale with the action figures, is a lot bigger than the head for the Vyzpzz. That being said, though, considering the price, it still ended up being the most expensive, and it still looks really good. It definitely looks like a threat. I think they look great together, and I think Ethan made the right choice in going with this size. It isn't the exact scale. It makes it more affordable. Now, Salamandroid, I think, is supposed to be in the scale with Cyberfrog. We'll see how close it is compared to if it's exact like the comics, or if it's a little bit off like the Vyzpzz and Cyberfrog. And the Vyzpzz could come. They probably do come in different sizes. So this could just be a smaller one. Now I'm going to try. Let's try to pose with Cyberfrog here from the packaging. Like the front shot is him it's just the heroic pose. So it's a close up of him just looking to the side, which I can't turn his head like this. It looks, that looks pretty good. Just thinking it'd be kind of, could have used a little more detail on the metal parts on his neck there, but still, all things considered, it looks really good. His legs are kind of getting a little loose on me now. We might have to tighten those later on. Okay, now here's a shot. Here's a shot from the back, the artwork from the back of the package, and this could be a little trickier. And this will push him to limits. I'm sorry I won't be able to see it exactly, but put this on while I'm trying it out. Now I'm pretty sure this is the widest hand. Yeah, he's already got the widest hands on. And it looks pretty close to me. If they were like, we could have been spread out a little more, which like in previous one I was talking about, I'd like to have seen a little like a completely flat hand. This shot is actually pretty close to a completely flat one. I think this would have been a good one for like if you want to put them in a crouching pose. Like this hand still isn't. If you raise the pinky, it might be a little better for something like that. But let's see. So he's got Yeah, now right here, this is as far up as his arm goes, and in the picture, this is parallel. Well, he's kind of like hunched over. Oh, and first he's smiling. So let's where is his smiling? There it is. So I'll switch the heads quick. So it looks, yeah. So this head is a little more like that one. Yeah, and he's kind of leaning forward. The head doesn't go up as far as like on the picture here. This arm doesn't go up as far. See, and it looks like in the comics, the spikes can like rotate as needed for his shoulder to move around, and that's kind of like I talked about before. If they were like on another joint or something where you could say pull the spikes down, then move his arm up further, you could pull off some of these poses. But yeah, so this hand would be it bends at the elbow there, turn the wrist here and up a little bit. I think it's kind of like what that looks like. But yeah, I can turn his head like that. It's not quite the same. This one, yeah, this other one, if I do this, it looks quite a bit like it. But this one looks like his arm goes further up than not just out to the side. So I could kind of do something like this. You can't see his hand, so I'll just leave that hand on there. And now his back leg bends all the way at the knee. It's bent all the way up as belt, and his foot bends all the way up into here. So maybe that looks like a straight on. So that looks pretty good. This leg, yeah, this is like the same thing with Spider-Man figures. This is as far high up as this leg goes, but it's like to pull off this picture, it'd have to go like at this angle, so his knee would be pretty much touching his chest. And with his belt there, you can't do that. I'm wondering if Ethan were to make another Cyberfrog figure, maybe like the belt was a separate piece that goes around, where each of these is each section is segmented and can move on its own. Maybe you could pull that off. It would improve the articulation, like with also his, like I talked about before, his midsection. And yeah, this knee would bend all the way, and this foot would be down like that. So he's got the foot articulation is amazing. You to get like the toes, you need to be able to kind of like twist these toes in. Maybe if there's like a twist at the knuckles of the toes, but then that's always a trade-off with posability, is like then you risk it becoming fragile. You don't really want to do. Oh, Hatred Goblin, thanks for coming in. Yeah, so this is about as close as I can get to pulling off this this pose. Let's see. Should we go both on screen? Yeah, the one leg won't come up as far as like on the picture, but yeah. And this is a pretty extreme pose, so I don't think I need to show or try anymore, because that probably is the main thing, or I think that gives a pretty good idea of this posability and trying to say copy comic pose and stuff. But to wrap up, yeah, let's get a shot of Cyberfrog and Vyzpzz together. I'll try to get a full group shot quick. Then I'll wrap up. Unless Tree Goblin, if you had any questions, or if you want to even chat about anything else, I'm pretty much done with the review here. And if for anyone who checks this out later, if you'd like, you can put the link for the playlist in my description if you want to check out the reviews of the other figures. And if you like me to try anything else with them or have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment. And it's a Heather swing. I don't think Heather will be able to stand it quite as well, but I think that's the first time that happened. Oh, there we go. Sorry about the angle. There you get an idea of how they all look together. So yeah, that concludes my Cyberfrog review. Thanks for checking out. And hopefully someday we'll get a wave 2 that I can review. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.